Hey everybody, it's Karim over here. It's my fourth video doing for the Air Force, um, as a female perspective. In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about MEPS. I'm going to try and make it very fast. I've made a few attempts and it's been too long and I haven't been able to post it. So I'm going to try and talk a little bit fast and just go over the most that I can quickly. I went to MEPS yesterday for the Air Force. Thank God, everything went perfectly fine. I passed it. Um, I sworn in or whatever that's called, and I'm in the Air Force. Oh, I'm in the DEP program, the delayed entry program. Okay, so to explain to you guys, okay, I got there yesterday a little before 6. They made us line up outside. You go inside, you go through the metal detector, then they give you your name tag with your last name and the branch you're going to. By the time we went actually upstairs to the medical section, it was already 6:30. So 30 minutes waiting there wasn't a big deal. I actually ran into a friend that I've known for a very long time. I didn't know he was going into the military, and I haven't seen him in like 4 years. So I had somebody to talk to. So we went upstairs. We went into a room. In that room, they show you a video. It's probably like 2 or 3 minutes long, talking about the laws and stuff like that. They then check your blood pressure. They ask you a few questions: hair color, eye color, check if your social security is correct. Um, you wear braces, I guess, and I can't remember. Just simple question they asked everybody very quickly, and contacts if you wear contacts. Then from that room, before you went out, they made you put your initials on little stickers with barcodes. And again, they checked for your social security, if everything, all your information was correct. Then from there, you went to another waiting room or waiting hall, where everybody would sit, but you'd sit like in order, like if you were in a line. From there, you'd go into the doctor's office, and they'd go over the paper that you had previously filled up with your recruiter during your MEPS briefing, which would the one with all the little, you have to put yes or no if you've had any injuries, if you have sickness, if you have a whole bunch of stuff. Women, if you've done pap smears, if your last menstrual cycle, and stuff like that. They'll just go over that and filling out papers, your name and papers, filling out information, filling out your social security, your addresses, and stuff like that. So that probably take you about 10-15 minutes with the doctor, and I probably waited there for a little bit less than an hour. From there, I went to my first station to do an exam, and it doesn't matter in what order you do it. You just go, they probably move you around. If there's too much waiting in one section and another one's empty, they'll probably change you to another one, so it's not a big deal. You're also with the guys. The women and guys are together at all times, except when you do the actual physical with the doctor, where you have to like undress. So from there, I went to do the vision. Actually, then the line was long, so they took me to the hearing. In the hearing, it's inside a room that's closed up out of noise. They have stalls separated by curtains where you put on your earphones, and you have the little clicker, and you'd hear the little tone, a little beep, but it's very, very faint, so I recommend for you guys to click it, even if you think you're not sure you heard it. Also, to me, first, I would hear it on one side. When that side finished, I heard them on the other side. So I think the more you click, the better it is. That test was probably around 3 minutes long, and then when you finish, I probably waited like 2 more minutes, and then he'd open the door, and everybody would go outside. From there, I went to Vision. Vision took some time because inside the room they do 3 or 4 different tests. So while you're waiting for that person to finish, I waited like 30 minutes. And when you go outside, the first test they did to me was the color blindness. Color blindness, it's a little book with pages. Each page has colors, and in those colors it's a number written out with a different color, but it's very similar, the color. So you have to make sure you spot out what number it is. And you just tell them the number. He'll go flipping the pages for you, and you go saying the number that it is. From there, you put your head on this little machine where you look through it. Then that was the depth perception test. The depth perception test was, it had 6 sections, A through F. each section had 3 lines, and in each line there were, I think, 4 or 5 little circles. In each line, one circle would be 3D, and you had to say which one it was. For example, if it was the second circle, you say this number 2, and then you go to the next row and you'll be okay, the third one, the first one. You go to the next section. On my left side, I did it like this. My right side, I had some difficulty doing it. So I do recommend for you guys to take your time. Don't just say it. Look at it and make sure you say the right one before you say it. It could affect you depending on what jobs he won. Another guy that was with me towards the end with the liaison, he couldn't get a job, I think it was Loadmaster, because he got a letter C and you have to get a letter D or above to get certain jobs. So make sure you do good in your perception test. Sometimes the guy helps you out and that's fine. It won't affect you at all. But just try and do the best that you can. Then from there you do the letters where you have to tell him the small letters if you can see them or not, and say them out loud. Then they made me take off my contacts, and then I think I had to I got into another machine where he would fix the like the prescription just to check which one it would be for me better. And then I was done there. From there I went to do my physical. It was me and 3 other girls doing it. 2 other girls, in total we were 6 girls, but other 2 went ahead from the beginning because they just did. They finished much earlier than everybody else. It was 4 of us. You have to get completely naked. They make you wear this little robe thingy like the doctor ones. The doctor was a lady. She got us one at a time. She measured our height, our weight. She'll compare it to the charts of your branch, the maximum and minimum. She'll tell you if you had to lose weight or gain weight and so forth. Then we went into a private room, her and me, and she made me stand in a V to see if you were flat-footed. She'll check your breast. She'll check your back. You had to breathe. She'll make you cough. She'll check your abdominal and your private area. She doesn't. It's not a big deal. She just looks and that's it. Before I went there, I thought she'd do a lot more, but they don't. She just looks to see if you have anything unusual or not, and that's all. You were done there. When you went back out, you put on your underwear. Once everybody was done is when they made you do the movements. You do the hand movements, you touch your finger, you rotate your arms, your head, you walk around in a circle to see if you have any limps. She'll make you stretch down to check your spine, and that's all we did. Even though it's supposed to be more, but she said she wasn't going to do everything. From there, I did urine. The urine, it was one stall only. It was 4 of us inside the bathroom, not inside the stall. The nurse will make one of us go in. You put your pants all the way down to the floor where she can see that they were down. You'll pee, try and pee the most that you can, and then you'll go out. The next one will go in. You'll wait. She doesn't let you wash your hands at all because she says you might do something, so she doesn't let you wash your hands. Then from right in the bathroom, there's like a little window that looks to the medical section, and she'll go around to the medical section, and she'll get one individually, and she'll get your urine. She'll put some of it in another bottle that she'll close up with the red tape. She'll put the label with your social security information on it. You have to check if it was correct. Then with a little bit more of it, she'll put some in a pregnancy test, and she'll get a little more and she'll put in this little stick that would change color. And the color depended if you had something or if you had any like cholesterol or sugar, stuff like that. Mine was a light green color, like almost yellow. So, and she said it was perfectly fine, everything. Then from there, I went to do blood. I was the last one to do blood. They only took out 1 tube. My friend, they took out like 7 from him because he's had anemia, I think, anemia. So it depends on each person. Me, they just did 1, and I'm fine with taking out blood. I donate, so it wasn't a big deal. Then I was done. It was 11:30. You have to take your papers and your stuff to the control desk. You put your fingerprint, and the lady there, she'll give you another paper. You have to send to the doctor. He'll sign some stuff. He'll number everything down. I got 1s and everything, and at the end I got an E. I know 1 is like the best, so that's good. And then from there, we had lunch. It was a sandwich, no big deal. They had Cokes and chips and cookies. And then I went downstairs. So basically, yeah, you were done with your physical. You go downstairs. I'm gonna try and hurry up a little bit here, sorry. You go downstairs, you go to your liaison. He'll do a whole bunch of paperwork with you, checking information, making sure everything's in there, family information, school information, your credits, put in what rank you're gonna go into. I'm going to E3 because I have 40 something credits in college. I actually graduated this semester. Then he makes you lift weight. Makes sure you guys go ready to lift the most weight that you can. Like the guy that was next to me, he lifted 110, and he said that was pretty good. That was enough for him to be accepted in any job. But for instance, me, I couldn't lift obviously that much weight, especially that I have horrible upper body strength. So I lifted like 60 something, and then when I got my jobs for the paper, there was like barely any jobs there. And he told me if I wanted to do it again, and I did. I tried to lift more. I lifted like 80 something, and he helped me out a little bit, thank God. And that was able to give me a lot more jobs. So make sure you tell him something, or make sure you go prepared to lift weights. And it's just like from the floor, you put it here and you have to lift it up. That's it, just once. No, it's not a big deal, but you just have to be able to do it. And then from there, you sort of finish up. You go to the interview, they call it, and there the guy basically just asks you if you've had any problem with the law, if you've gone to court, if you've gone to jail, any tickets. So make sure you put your tickets down when you're doing the application with your recruiter. Regular traffic tickets, stuff like that. It's not a big deal, won't affect you. It's just making sure that you let them know about it before they do the background check, because they are going to do it anyways. So he just tells you that you have to sign some papers, and then you do your fingerprinting, each finger, the whole hand. Um, that didn't take that long. You just have to wait till they finish doing the people that are there. So I probably waited like 10 minutes while I was filling out a survey that they give you. Then when you were done there, you go back to your liaison. You tell him you go to phase two, and phase two is that you give him some papers, and then he'll give you like another paper back, and then you're basically done for the day. And then the paper you get is like your copies of your contract. Then you go to another briefing room where they put some people in there, the ones that are done already. They put a video where they talked about some articles about, it's kind of like breaking the law, things like once you're in the military, you're in the military, so you can like just decide not to show up for duty and your jobs and stuff like that. It's article like 86 and 80 something. I don't remember the terms or exactly what it says. I'm sorry. But it just basically says show up for what you have to do. You're signing for it, you're doing a contract, and you have to do it. So from there, you go into the swearing room thing, the ceremony room. You line up. You have to stand in attention, at ease later on when the the guy who's gonna do the ceremony thing tells you to. You do whatever he tells you to. Then he makes you repeat, you say your name, solemnly swear, you repeat after him. Once he's done, he congratulates you guys. He gives you a little speech telling you guys, congratulations for getting this far. Most people don't do it. He told us, it's only 1% of the population of the United States that are actually in the military, considering there's so many people. So he just talk to you guys and you're done for the day. You go back to your liaison, you say, hey, I'm done. You let the control desk know that you're leaving, and you leave. I recommend call your recruiter the first thing you do. Don't even like leave from there. Call your recruiter, let him know you're done. He'd probably tell you to go visit him. You go visit him, and if you did complete everything, for instance, mine, I got into the DEP program, so he gave me a shirt that I have to wear every time we meet, and we meet every first Thursday of the month. And he gives you some stuff, some goodies and whatnot, um, keychains, cups, stickers for your car and for your parents. And what else did we do? Oh, I was actually able to pick a few more jobs with him because with my liaison, because some of the jobs I wanted didn't show up because of the weightlifting or because of my height. Actually, your height could affect jobs. And there's also some jobs they need to do another test, which is called PASS, and I didn't know about that. So I wasn't able to get those jobs right there and then, and they didn't show up because I hadn't done that test. And apart from that, those jobs, you have to run like a mile and a half in like 8 minutes. So it's very crazy. So just be aware of that. If you want to do certain jobs, do the pass test first. Be ready for anything. So I was able to pick more jobs with my recruiter in his office, so that helped me out a lot more. And I wish you guys the best. Thank you.